Elites in the West often tell you that there is something wrong with Hungary, that country in Eastern Europe that is very conservative and standing up to the European Union in Brussels. I had a glimpse of this after the Southport atrocities when I came back from Hungary, and I tweeted that I'd just come back from a very stable, secure, and conservative country that was controlling its own borders, and I was landing into Britain or England that was literally on fire in the aftermath of the Southport atrocities, where people had rioted and protested partly because of their unresolved concerns over lots of things that you don't get in Hungary. Things like mass uncontrolled immigration, things like broken borders, radical Islamism, the rape gang scandal. And I tweeted this out casually and was then subjected to a wave of hostility from lots of elites in the West who are very arrogant and very snobbish about Eastern Europe and had decided that actually Hungary was some kind of dictatorship in the middle of nowhere and everything was going really well in Britain. But actually we know that's not the case. And what I realized last week when I was back in Hungary giving talks in Budapest and many other places is that actually the elites in the West have got this the wrong way round. They think there's something wrong with Hungary. But Hungary actually, and understandably, thinks there is something wrong with Britain. Well, what am I talking about? They look at Britain and they see a series of disastrous policy choices that have been made in recent years. Mass, uncontrolled immigration, which has undermined and divided our country, broken borders, the number of small boats crossing from France at record levels, making a mockery of our claim to be a sovereign, independent nation state that keeps our people safe, the imposition of woke ideology on our children and young people in schools, universities, museums and galleries, basically importing an un-British, anti-Western ideological dogma into our institutions, encouraging people to hate who they are, to hate our country and hate our history. At the same time, reshaping our economy around financial services in London, allowing London to do so much better than everywhere else, while failing to invest seriously in non-London regions. Does anybody talk about the left behind areas anymore? Nope. They've also presided over a disastrous state policy of multiculturalism, which has prioritized the differences between groups rather than what those groups share in common. Even David Cameron acknowledged this when he said multiculturalism has failed, and so did Angela Merkel and Nicolas Sarkozy. But if you notice, nobody really says that anymore, and we don't have any successor to multiculturalism. We don't even talk about integration anymore or social cohesion. We don't even debate the question, is it even possible to integrate a country that is experiencing net migration of nearly 1 million people every year? That question is no longer asked at all. So the Hungarians have been looking at all of this and saying, well, do we really want to go down the same road as West European nations like Britain? They've also been shocked by some more specific scandals like the rape gang scandal, which saw organised Pakistani Muslim gangs preying on the children of the white British majority. And on top of all of that, they've asked some pretty important questions. Indeed, at my talks last week, students asked me, is it really true that Mohammed is the most popular name among children in Britain? Is it really true that young mothers are being sent to prison in Britain for nearly 3 years, like Lucy Connolly, because of what they wrote on social media in the aftermath of the Southport atrocities? Is it really true that 133,000 non-crime hate incidents have been issued to people in Britain, whereby the police have written up reports on those people simply because somebody else perceived them to have said something offensive? These are questions that people in Eastern Europe are asking themselves about us here in Britain. And to be frank, the elite in our country look down on many of those countries, when actually many people in those countries are looking down on us. Thanks as ever for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. The notification bell will keep you up to date with everything on this channel. And don't forget to join me over at mattgoodwin.org. Our politics newsletter now goes out to nearly 80,000 people. Much of it is free. It keeps you in the loop, keeps you ahead of the debate. See you soon.